As a early Christmas present this year, my wife got me this Defiant ornament for our tree, and we've been watching Deep Space Nine because I've been getting over the flu. Um, so this has been hanging here, and I've had the kit for this sitting on my table to start forever. I figured I'd go ahead and start it. But before I get into that, I just want to show you some of the other ornaments that we've got on our tree. We've also got a Millennium Falcon. Of course, it's lit up. And then we have a Voyager. And it also has lighting on it as well. The Defiant is the only one that's got strobing lights on it. And that's it for the sci-fi ones. But there is this one down here I want to show you guys. This is another Hallmark one, I believe. And it's the lunar vehicle from going on the moon. And it's got a projector there that flashes. It's pretty cool looking. So yeah, and then we've also got one of a Neil Armstrong, who is no longer with us, but he still works. We just, for whatever reason, can't get the plug to fit in any of the lights, but he still works. It's a shame we can't plug him in. Gotta get some more to do on a tree, and I think what my wife is wanting to do is have a tree next year that has those ornaments specifically on it. Okay, so on to the kit. Haven't done anything with this yet other than I've unbagged some of the pieces and taken a look at what we're going to have to do as far as lighting goes. Because we are going to light this kit, we're going to drill out all these portholes on the bottom here. And there are some strobing lights that were on this ship in the show that I noticed, but I gotta go back and watch it to see exactly where those are at. We're gonna put those on. Figure out how to light these ring pieces here, and I believe this was also lit. This section right here, I think it was like a red color, and there was also a spotlight effect up here where the Defiant logo was gonna go. One thing that I noticed on this that's actually going to be really nice, and I think you can see it, is there's these raised panels up here. I'm not usually a fan of raised panels, however, these markings coincide with the painting instructions as far as what's supposed to be, what color and what shape it's supposed to be. So this is going to make masking stuff off for paint a lot easier to do, because I'll just follow along the patterns here and painted all the different colors that it's supposed to be. So, yeah, this plastic out of here, and then we've got some other parts here. These we're going to be cutting open for lighting. It's for the Bussard scoops, and then these pieces we're not going to be. Some of these pieces we're not going to be using, but yeah, not a lot of parts on this kit. Those we're not going to be using. I did pick up the Dawn's Light and Magic lighting parts, and those are all down here in the corner, as you can see. So they're pretty good looking. I'm going to probably frost the back of these so that the light gets broken up a bit better, and then these I'll have to mask off and paint the frames and stuff in them. So yeah, and then cut holes for them. And this section here is for the deflector array, very front of the ship. Very unique looking spaceship. I think that's one of the reasons I like it so much, because it doesn't look like you know, most of the other starships from Star Trek. It's got a really weird look to it. And like I said, these areas that they show you where you're supposed to paint it at, those coincide with markings on the panel lines to do the paint work. So that'll make painting this thing a lot easier to do versus just trying to freehand everything. And of course, we also get a set of decals, and there you go on those. So, pretty nice looking kit. First thing we're going to do is wash all these parts, start cleaning them up, and set those off to the side, and then we're going to start opening up these portholes along here. So check back in with you. Okay, so this is where we're at with the Defiant. We've got some light blocking in place, and I want to show you some of the stuff that I've removed and altered to do lighting. First of all, the port windows here on the top have been opened up. There's some lighting that comes out of here on these two spots that you can kind of see. It's very faint, and I only saw it really a couple times. The most noticeable one was in the episode called Defiant. The strobing lights that are on the front and the two on the back have been opened up because those are going to strobe. And then on the sides here, well, not really the sides, but the top, as you can see, I've opened that up as well. Both these ring areas here in this area along here. I've put in place on the back the Dawn's Light and Magic parts. Of course, this is not, the top's not glued in place. And then I've got these are some wheels off of an old car model that I soaked in brake fluid to get most of the chrome off as much as I could. Open those up for some lighting, and that's pretty much that. Like I said, this isn't attached, so you can see just the same thing on the inside there. And then in here, what we've done is we've got the portholes all opened up, and then we've got the strobing lights that are in the back, and then there's one on the front also, but it's a separate piece. That's also opened up. I've opened this hole up here to run the wiring through because I am just going to use this base. I'm not going to make a special base for this or anything. And then we've just got some other pieces sitting in place, and these have been opened up for the Bussard scoops. Yeah, let me see if I can get this off of here so I can flip it around. There we go. Just get the base out of the way here. And show you the bottom. So on the bottom, again, you know, like I said, I got the portholes opened up, and that's been about the biggest thing we've done with the bottom piece, is just open those up. Pretty easy assembly of this kit. Some fitment issues, especially along the joints here for the Bussards, but not too bad of a kit to put together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stop this. This will be the end of the first build video for the Defiant. Oh yeah, also where the lights are going to be on the sides, I've got holes on the top and bottom of each side put in place. So what we've got left to do is basically we're going to try to, like I said, finish doing light leaks. Well, not light leaks, but light blocking. And then like some areas where there's some significant gaps, go ahead and fix those. And then I'm debating whether or not I want to paint the inside of this white. The reason that I'm thinking about not doing it is because I don't want a lot of light bouncing around in there. I want the ship to look a little on the dim side. So I'm thinking one of the a good way to do that's going to be to not paint the inside of this white. And actually some of the light boxes I'm thinking about building for this ship, the insides of some of those are going to be black. So we'll see. Gonna experiment a bit, get some LEDs out, solder a few of them up, and see what we can come up with as far as something workable. I thought about just going for a couple of big LED tapes pieces down in there and just lighting the whole thing up that way. But I think we're going to try to source the light as much as possible, you know, as far as sectioning off this area for lighting in this area and so forth. So that's going to do it for the first video. Yeah, hope you're enjoying it, and see you at the next one.